What's up, my friends? Welcome back to the Drone Camps channel, where we do most things RC, all things RC here on the channel. If you are watching this video, make sure that you make a comment down below, subscribe on the channel, and send us an email at dronecamps.com to get entered to win our FEMI X8 Mini. We're giving that away. It's a 4K drone, little tiny sub 250G drone that you can fly without having to register. And it also has a 3-axis gimbal in there. So good luck for the drawing, everybody. It's coming up in the middle of September. But today, check this out. Look how narrow the profile is on this little copter. This is an Esky 300 V2 with a 2S battery that comes with a transmitter in the box. It comes with dual rates, and it has an onboard flight controller FX version 2, stabilization, high rates and low rates on the transmitter, and I get about 7 to 8 minutes flight time with the 2S 300 milliamp battery. This is a 320 milliamp battery, LiPo, and it has a nice little battery bay on the very bottom. If you unscrew this little screw on the very bottom, it will reveal a carbon fiber battery tray, which is actually pretty nice. It has the hub stand style connector right here that plugs in here, and there's a little slot even for the balance lead right here, just to kind of tidy things up in here. It's kind of nice. It has its own little Velcro strap coming out from the sides and goes back up just like this, and it has super minimal landing gear on here as well. So 3 little feet in the front, you can barely see them. There's 1 up front right here, 2 on the bottom, and 1 wire tail boom. So makes it really sleek and narrow when it's flying. I have to say the flight characteristic, it's actually really quiet. So a lot of the guys were sitting here today from the Vancouver Heli Club, and those guys, the first thing that they said about it was that it seemed to be really quiet. And I'll show you that coming up. We're gonna do some line sight flying with those guys. We're gonna strap an FPV camera to this today, do some durability tests, a bunch of crashes with this heli. I have to say, it is actually pretty tough too. So we're also gonna end out with some line of sight flying with this little guy. And I'm going to give you my final opinion on this one as always, and just my overall experience with this guy. I think it's one of the coolest looking little helis that I've flown to date, and just so thin. I mean, look at the front of that canopy. Really narrow, beautifully designed flybarless head unit, and just very minimal on the head unit. I love the way the blade grips look, going down to the main shaft, to the body, and the motor inside, with a little bit of detail on a translucent window in the front showing the motor and the flight controller. Really nice looking heli. And I crashed it into a tree and it's still in one piece. I mean, I cut branches down today, guys. So let's go ahead and fire up this Airwolf lookalike and do some flying. RC heli flying. Let's have some fun. Here we go.
That was one sexy little bitch. I didn't know if it was recording already. You blank that out.
See how it flies. Start off in stability.
It sounds nice.
Nice and quiet.
Yeah. Oh, oh, it self-righted itself. How'd it do that?
Now it's in like a higher rate, so it's going to go a little faster. So it was in low rate. It was pretty slow in low rate, but now it's in high rates. So quite a bit faster, a little more pitch. It's fun though.
Yeah, it doesn't sound all grindy. It sounds smooth. I like
that. It sounds really smooth.
Yeah.
Crazy quiet. you guys think?
It's cool, man. Thumbs up. That's awesome, dude.
Stick at mid stick. All right, pretty cool. He's bigger than I am, so hopefully I don't hit him. Here we go. I'm gonna do a line of sight. Ready? Yeah.
Oh no! It's too heavy for it.
All right, guys, let's do a little bit of line of sight flying after that ridiculous FPV experience. I'm gonna put a much lighter analog setup on here so I can do some Airwolf flying. Here we go. Let's just spool it up. We'll do a quick hand launch. Let that tail stabilize real quick. Come up to speed before you let go of it, of course. And it was pretty windy earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip into the high rate now. And we're just gonna come forward here. If you flip this button right here, the heli will like drop to the ground. So that is basically your throttle kill. And let's check out the yaw rate on this heli. That's full yaw right there. It's pretty mild, even in the high rate. Now I'm gonna go into the low rates and check it out. Little tiny slower. Nice pirouettes. Taking me back. This copter is pretty cool. I was flying this a few days ago with some of the local Vancouver heli guys, and you know, those guys fly big 700 helis. They actually thought this thing was pretty cool. It does look pretty neat in the air. It's just like a ribbon. It's like a little shark in the air. Definitely reminds me of Airwolf back when I was a kid, like watching Airwolf on TV. I always wanted to be a heli pilot after seeing Airwolf. Look at that. Even kind of sounds like a real heli. And they all commented on how smooth this helicopter sounds. I mean, listen to this thing. Try to get a little closer to it. Not too close, of course, but looks like my blades are a little bit off, but so cool. And that little button on the very top, that is stabilization calibration. So that's going to be your gyro calibration. If you have that on green, it'll do it before takeoff. Sounds so cool when it comes over my head. Of course, one of the big things about flying helis is you never want to have it over your head or behind you. Always keep it out in front of you. I always like to fly with the sun to my back too. That way I'm never flying the heli into the sun. You just totally lose it. I've done it with big helicopters and man, it is bad news. But how cool is this guy? How cool is this copter? And I'm pretty sure that Esky is essentially E-Flight. So guys that buy Horizon Hobby stuff, Horizon Hobby helis and things like that, they also made the AeroScout plane. If you guys are super familiar with that one's super popular. AeroScout probably sold thousands of those planes. And this is the same company that produced those. Now these guys don't make all the E-Flight helicopters, of course, but they do make this one. And actually, wait a minute, I'm wrong about that. You know what? They, I believe the AeroScout was Hobbyzone. They labeled it Hobbyzone. So it's not E-Flight, it's Hobbyzone, guys. Try not to hit myself here. Just like correcting myself live in a review. There's a lot of companies out there, so you know. But the Esky logo does look notoriously similar to the E-Flight logo. But I love the landing gear on this. It has two little tiny struts up front, two little tiny feet, and one long strut in the back off the tail. And I gotta say, man, we did some durability tests with this thing. This thing is really tough. Basically because it's like super light, but I mean, I crashed the crap out of this thing and my body still looks pretty good. I believe I have a little separation in the tail, but you know what? I could take a piece of clear tape and run it up the back of the tail. Just maybe one piece, one little tiny piece would just close that frame in. You see how it's kind of cracked there? It's not cracked, it just, the glue came apart. But that's the only damage, and I didn't break a single blade. And what's cool about this is that it does come with an extra set of blades in the box. It comes with 2 batteries, a charger. Man, look at that. That was in low rate, downwind. Let's go ahead and put it in high rate and do a pass. Ooh, thought I was gonna hit myself. Come back around for a high speed pass. And the sparrows do not like this little guy. Just looks like a little shark in the air. I'm gonna bring him way back over here, you guys. High speed pass. The sparrows are coming out, chasing me all over. I think they were chasing me last time. God, that thing looks cool. Doesn't that look cool? I mean, come on. If you're a helicopter fan, this little copter is super cool. These guys out here seem to love it. 300 V2. Uh-oh, going in. So that battery might be done. We'll just try to bring it over here and land it on the concrete for you. If I can get it back. Switch into low rate now. See if we can do a perfect landing. Okay? The wind is blowing me. Oh no, back to the concrete, back to the concrete. There you go, baby. There you go, baby. Come on, touchdown. All right. Beautiful. That was so much fun. 300 V2, guys. Is that thing cool? Listen at it. The gyros are working overtime, you guys. And I love the way the head looks on this copter. It is really clean. And the fly barless, I love miniature fly barless. It just looks so cool. But please do subscribe on the channel, guys. I have a good giveaway coming up. I'm giving away a Femi Mini, X8 Femi Mini from Xiaomi. So be sure to subscribe, number 1, comment on this video, and send us an email at dronecamps.com on the contact page, and you'll be entered to win the Femi X8 Mini. I'm loving this thing. You can check out the link to this one down below if you'd like to grab one of these. Look at that straight ahead shot right there. Just so sleek, so narrow, and so much fun to fly. Just great to look at too. Line of sight or FPV, a lot of fun. Guys, take care. I'm Justin Davis from Drone Camps. I'll see you on the next one.